Oh. Oh, so close, Edward. I wasn't really doing anything else, and I was fully ready, so I was just like, whatever. Oh, by like, I think a half a second. It was barely anything. No forgiveness. Of course. And there will be frick knows that was. There will be no Michael today because Michael is probably on the way to the airport. No, he's probably still at work. But he's flying out to see his parents for the longer weekend. I got everything good to go here. Hello, Joseph. Oh, gotta close this. Secret dirt. Michael will never know. I told him, like, since you're not going to be here, that means I got to make a derpy video or thing with socks and juice boxes. He's like, no. Torture him again. Beg Jules first, return to Edward first. Was banned Jules temporarily for cheating. I didn't mean to throw people off on it. Okay. I think I'll get to go then, so just down low. Every juice boxes plus socks V2. There's V2 soxes? So soxes. What are V2 soxes? They made of like bulletproof material. Military socks. Anyway, must be late next time. Oh, okay, well, that's nice of you. It's fine. Verity has Borger. I was gonna put a pony butt there, but then I decided just a little Borger. Version 2 of the socks and juice boxes. Oh, version 2 of the other one we made. Well, before I did that because he went to a different stream, so that was more fun to like poke at him. Some fun with that. So, but no. So yeah. Since we don't have Michael, I brought chicken. Chicken roll. Still, I actually had to give him a booster. It's like even the stool wasn't high enough, so they sent a box. But chicken's good. So I haven't touched this since. And I was hoping, I'm still watching for 15 AI to open back up so I can grab some voices for them. But there are still some parts of this that I don't need to worry about that with. They're like I know this is going to happen thing. Like I know Michael's going to actually get the actual like model of the boutique to put here, but I don't really want to plan for that until I know better what that is going to potentially look like. But what I can do though is do the Sweetie getting impacted part here, because I know that she has to be hit at some point. So I thought that could work. So do you do your own voices for them? I've thought about, well, actually I kind of do during the streams. Like I'll add voices to them, but I wouldn't do it at any like attempt at their actual voices, because I am not a voice actor in any way. I think because so I want to have her lean over and be like, hey, can you grab something? And I want to have her respond slightly and then turn, but I don't know if I want to have an actual cut of the camera to her. Like, 'cause I could cut to like her responding and being like blah 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 blah, but I think that might not be I don't think I'm gonna go that route. I do like the idea though that she's like, she sees the Borger. See Borger. Sight of the Borger. Hello, that fan. I've been around for these streams for a while. I missed a lot. Yeah, in a way, I guess progress is always slow. But there is those glasses are just moving on their own. But we're getting there slowly. So, yeah, I think what I want to do here. Let's get rid of the Borger. Is that how the camera is positioned? Yeah, I might move this. Yeah, if I do this, then it puts Sweetie in a more central spot, because she was kind of off to the side, so this places her a little bit more in the focus of the shots. Get Michael to do the voices. Then he has experience. Oh God, no! Please no. We're not gonna we're not gonna make Michael have to go through that. He hates the sound of his own voice, but that's everybody. You get used to it after a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we finished Scoot's getting hit. Right here. Now we're going through the whole CMC. That's the other one too, is I have to go back to this shot and I have to figure out how to get Apple Bloom onto it. That's also a complicated thing. So in this, I'm basically gonna have her go like blah 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 blah, and then so the one problem with Rarity doing this is Rarity's main is enormous and is going to get in the way of Sweetie Belle here. And I guess I could have her kind of go to the side, but then pull back a little bit. That might work. She's fine. It is a cushion detractor. many coffee cups for Michael to do the voices? No. There are too many people with too many. And that'd be immersion breaking. This is what I'm trying to actually have the voices at least sound like the original characters, because otherwise it'd be like it would break any continuity of anything. I'm trying to know what I'm going for there. Yeah, so at this point, yeah, let's load in our tractor, because I will need it here. And I'm going to need this one. We have to get our helmet on there, too. Oof. All right, we're going to name this... Okay. So the idea is I want to put all of them constantly in I want to have all of them building up on there, to have all three at one point. But in this one, particles are fine, those are fine, tractor, yes. This group, no. So this is the one I'm a little bit concerned about. Maybe not, actually. I was originally concerned because I want to have them running through the boutique in a weird fashion. But I was like, now I have to actually have them move, but I don't. I think I could cheat the crap out of this too. Okay. So we're gonna bring in on the normal mention I always forget to make is if there's anybody that is curious about how something works in SFM or has a question that what they want answered in regards to, don't be afraid to ask. That is the point of the stream. So I will take the time to answer your questions. So don't think that you have to stay quiet. So I want those on for right now. Well, yeah, I'll keep them on for now. But no, so the boutique is an actual model, which means I technically can have the model move around them. So I'm going to see if I can get that to work. I'm going to make this artificially look like bigger and see how this looks on the camera. That actually does kind of work. Oh, Alan. Hello from America. We're like over here. Oh, she's a little toy. It's all about perspective. So, I think what would be the best way to do this? So I can lock. Everything goes around the tractor, I believe. Is the one that's rotating? Yeah. So if I go into And I lock the boutique base to the tractor. I'm not sure if this will work. Oh, no, actually, that would be this I need to do. Oh, maybe. Try that again. Actually, playhead. Now, if I'm throwing a couple things out there because I'm not sure what exactly will work. Oh, the camera's not locked to the tractor, I guess. Oh, yeah, it's not anymore. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, because I moved the tractor. I don't want to move the tractor. I want to move the boutique. Here we go. Okay, that's I thought. So what if I unlock this? Now I move the route this way. That actually kind of works. But I need to get the better position here. So let's see if I put them in like there, like here. Kind of does work. I don't think it's moving fast enough. But it's a start, so I think I can work with that. So let's go and move the whole thing to like here. Oh no, that's not gonna work. So let's move it to like here, maybe. Okay, they kind of get stuck there. I think so for a while. It's just for fun or work. For what I'm making, kind of both, I guess. I just realized Scoot's eyes. They're supposed to go that direction. Expression kind of works. I'm not sure what happened with that, so we'll work on that. So I think what I want to do here is offset this. Nope, offsetting is bad. I don't want to offset. So I'm just trying to figure out the best motion for what we're working with. So I think I can just work with what's here, and I'm just going to increase the rotation that's already here. So she turns here, and then it kind of resets back. So when she turns this way, it's turning to the right. So I'm going to turn it even more, or is that the wrong way? I think it's the wrong way. I think that'll work. I just have to change their start position a little bit so they're not going into the wall. Okay, let's see how this looks now from like a closer perspective. Actually, no, it is the wrong direction. Because she turns the wheel to the right, so it should be that she turns this way. I should probably turn it from... Oh yeah, I'm rotating the boutique, which is the confusing part. Okay. Because it should be... Was it like this? Okay, that actually works pretty good. Stupid face. This yeah, I don't know what happened to her eyes. I think I know what happened. Give me 1 sec here, and I will do well. We got scoots, but we'll get another one. When she turns this way, I'm gonna have it be a much more drastic turn. Was it this way I'd have to go? No, it was the other way. Which way did I say? Oh, this way. Okay. Okay. I don't like how kind of just strong of a rebound that is right there. Smooth that out a little bit more. And as long as they're still kind of moving forward here, and I don't think they are. Okay, I'm gonna add a little motion here. They're almost into the wall, though. Well, we have actually we have a good bit of room, because if we go through the wall, you just see through the wall. So I think that should be fine. So I can go to about there. Oh no, they're in the wall then. Yeah, they're kind of getting stuck there. I could have him do like a full... $180 back into the room. Yeah. That works. Okay. It's a little bit late on the motion, though. Or on the rotation, so I'm going to see if I can delay that a little. Okay, there, that's not too bad. So I think what happened is Scootaloo's eyes are... If you don't have a limit set up on the model, and we'll use Scoots for stupid face, it's the eyes usually are set to go back only so far, which on her model means that they're probably going to, if I go an Applejack here, I can't go any further back than this point. There's just a limit, which is kind of frustrating because sometimes you need a character to look far enough back that way. It doesn't work for the other eye, but for the single eye you're looking at, it normally is enough to where you can get a nice back look from that point. And but the limitation is there for a reason. And if you don't have that limit set, though, you get a goofy bit where if the eyes are... Apparently hers are locked over here. Oh yeah, they are literally locked. Usually behind the head, they'll try to match up to where they're looking, which in this case, you can see she's looking and following it perfectly fine. But as this starts to go behind her head, it actually keeps following. And at a certain point, you can see the eye on both sides. Because it's trying to, its limit is set weird. Actually, hers are really weird. Get really, really close with it. It's like a ping pong, boing, boing. Really, this one, Celestia's works really well for this, but Scootaloo's gets super weird. And she's got the small ones. I like scooters. He is very special. Oh. Okay. So. I also know what's going on with this. It's just that it's don't try this at home, kids. She melts. She enter new dimension. You roll your eyes too much, roll back in your head. Kinda. So the eyes try to size at certain high angles to try to make them at least look right from most perspectives, but they start melding a little bit because actual eyes we'll see. Yeah, now you can see that they're kind of trying to. That's kind of creepy. There's actually two pairs of eyes on everything. There's one on the inside and the outside. And when they start getting close to this edge, they start misbehaving. Actually. You know when they say she looks like a chicken? Yeah. Yeah, so you start getting the melding of the eye from the one side crossing over on the other. This is Scootaloo. She's a horse. Let's see if we can actually make a chicken here. I think the follow on. Let me load in a chicken. Do I have a good chicken? No. We don't want a seasoned chicken. This is an actual animated chicken. This is a chicken with rockets. I'm loading that chicken. It's a big chicken. That is a huge chicken. Could eat the tractor. Anyway, move chicken here. All right, and now I think I'll just go with the whole head. Okay. Okay, and now import. I'm gonna guess that all the motion was a sequence. It was death. Okay, we're gonna try a couple of these because that could be interesting. Okay, so here's she goes. She's she's flying. Hold on. Let's get her eyes in a position that they don't auto derp. Okay. Let her fly. She's so good. Actually, we're gonna keep speed lines on. Actually, if we take here we go. And she goes zoom. Zoom. She can fly. She goes so fast. Oh, I could be famous. Or no. It's a satisfying feeling. So yeah, she's zooming. She needs to be some happy. She does have a chicken in her mouth now, so I have to kind of be careful. But she's very happy. She's very, very good. Where is want to see with this chicken though. Oh, okay. I wanted to see if there was a separation for the top of the beak, because if there was, I could have made a. Actually, gave Scootaloo a beak too. She has achieved flight, but there's an even better one that I saw. So, kind of want to see this. I'm gonna get rid of the boutique and the speed lines for a minute. She goes zoom. Run haste. Oh, she goes super fast. Look at her go. No, let's import sequence. Let's go to death. Okay, this one I'm going to need to extend. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So she's flying. So she flies way, way up. And then crash. It's okay. She's still happy. She's very she's smiling. She is good. Oh, bearded one. Yeah, first job. What are you doing? What's your new job? I think the hello Cobra. I think the aliens from the movie Head in the Head. Oh, yeah, was it aliens? I guess. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna be able to actually do that because I have her head locked to the other head. But any other sequence with that? I don't think so. I kind of like the this rare idol. Let's see what the difference is. She's sickle horse. Horse chicken. Well, window cleaning, but I'm happy with it. Thank you, everyone. So yeah, window cleaning, like ground level, or is it like gotta be one of those super fancy people that are like hanging off buildings? On stores. Ah, okay. Keep that so make sure I didn't break anything. Nope. I do need to get her eyes fixed. Let's get this in a group. Alright, so I know what this was. So her eyes were locked to the world. So to get it to be the same, what I need to do is lock her head to them, then copy all its motion, bring it over here, go the same thing and paste. So now Not enough. Oh, no, it's... I had artificially extended the length of this one, that was why. It's 3 point... It would have been like this. Actually, would have been more like... Figure out the actually 0.1 here. I want to keep chicken. So it's here. No. Here. Here. I think. Okay. Now we're good. What kind of hours is it? Like, well, most of the times when I was at working and they had washers come through, it's still during business hours, like awkwardly enough. So hopefully it's not like you got to start at like 2 in the morning. Unless it's unless it's your thing, but wasn't mine. Okay, now I can move this over here. Put her eyes to be... similar. Okay, I don't think it quite still matched up. Okay, so I see how this is. Oh, I think I did readjust some stuff. Yeah, because it's still looking at... Well, it should be looking at her actual position. Where is... Oh, it's still a ways forward. Whatever. You're just going to get new eye positions then. You need to sneeze and it didn't. I hate that. You start at 7 a.m. and end at different times each day. It just depends on how many windows there are and how dirty they are. Yeah, guy, like when I used to work at a building, it was an office building, but I didn't have a desk at that point. I had a cube, and then they moved me to a different cube, and then I was like on a temporary project, so they just threw me into a random like room with tables. But the nice thing was one of the entire walls was glass all the way floor to ceiling. It was first floor, but in the spring it was really nice because like there's a bunch of like baby ducks by the pond that was out there, and so got to see a lot of little baby animals. But there would always be a guy that would come through there, and he was like an artist when it came to doing the windows. He would just like he'd come through his little squeegee and be like boop 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 boop, and like the guy had been doing it for years. He was very good at washing windows. Actually, just from watching him, I learned better ways to wash my own windows. So okay, I like how it makes absolutely no sense that they're in the boutique. That's like my favorite part of this. All right. So let's get Sweetie Belle involved. Okay, so Sweetie Where are you, sweetie? There you are. Now, it's gonna be the best day of your life, sweetie. You're gonna get to go for a ride on a tractor. Yep, that's the right look. Sadly, I can't do some of the more extreme facial stuff because unless they like revamped some of the cutie mark crusaders that are like the pudgy shape. I'm pretty sure I don't think they ever did. I'm kind of limited on what I have the ability to do. Yeah, because I can't do the like it's always because I can't actually pull these back like I can do with these models because this is the enhanced version. A Window Ninja. Yeah, he comes in the cover of Daylight, dressed in jeans and plaid. Nobody sees him coming. Okay, so how do we want to have her attach? So the idea was Apple Bloom is going to be probably like holding on back here. Scootaloo's from the front and Sweet Bell's hanging on by the chimney. Trying to figure out how would I actually kind of make that work. So for one, just to make this kind of easier, she's going to have to be locked to the tractor, and this tractor more than likely doesn't have a chimney bone. So where is the main bone? That is this one. So Sweetie Belle is going to have her root tied to that. And the root is going to be as centered as possible on this stack. And the reason for that is when the tractor goes to turn, I can actually have her turn with it. If I don't have some kind of a central spot to rotate from, I can't. So I'm going to use her root as that, and then move her pelvis down to the position that I want it in. The one difficulty here is the main bone for her body is the pelvis, and it's rotating her whole body around that point. Because if I try to fold parts of her body, the legs are going to want to fold differently than the butt. Is there a way to solve that? Kind of. I think I'm just going to have to like wing it and see how it goes. Window looks really big at the beam. The B2 tractor scene. Oh, it's meant to. The whole point is that it's ridiculous. In terms is the sizing of stuff that it makes no sense. There's no way that a tractor would be able to drive through at full speed. It's just about being ridiculous. So that's what we're going for. Because before it's about driving around in a field, and so you think like, okay, she's in a tractor, but at least she's driving around a field. Then suddenly she's in Ponyville and she's doing it in Ponyville, which is like, well, wait, that's a little dangerous. And then it's like, wait, she's driving through a building. That doesn't make any sense at all. So it's the escalating, it's escalating and makes no sense. So that's what I want to go with. or I want to try to have for it. So this, I'm going to have to stretch her legs a little bit, which is fine. It's cartoonish, so I'm going to guess that she would need to grab top and bottom a little bit. These are going to more than likely need to rotate a bit. I grabbed her right there. Okay. So can I rotate like this? I can. So I need to rotate these a little out so that I could actually bend this. If I didn't, otherwise it wouldn't really actually, like, look, it was holding on to stuff. Oh, sunset. Chicken is co-hosting tonight. Yes, Chicken. We actually already had Scootaloo as a chicken. Oh yeah, so see, we got Scootaloo as a chicken. She's floating around. So we already, Chicken has already gotten Chicken's way. Where's your pelvis? There it is. Yeah, Michael is, he's probably on his way to the airport now, so he will be with his family for the weekend. I don't know if I want to have Sweetie's head too far back here. If I did, would probably have to do something like this, and then get that up again. This is actually looking better than I thought it was going to do for Sweetie. Does the tongue have a bone? It doesn't. Normally, if it has a bone, you can put it up and back a little bit and then turn it down to make it look more like the tongue is fuller in the back of the mouth. But again, I'm limited on what I can do. I also wish that I had bones for the actual eyelids. It's just a lot of the little things that you take for granted for what's out there right now. I also need to find, I wanted to try to find, well, no, I guess School is not really screaming, but like just the generic CMC screams, just like have them randomly screaming. Because I think I have Applejack doing the wall. If I remember right. If I just mute the music portion of this. Oh, yeah. We still have a Derpy on the wheel. That's not good. She's losing traction. Yeah, so I do have a little bit of of her screaming. Does anybody know what the audio for the engine sound is? Does anybody recognize that? I would think that there's got to be some people here that recognize that one. Sweetie Belle gets too scared. Well, that Drake is going to end up eating a horse apple. Yeah, she. Oh, I get it. She's a brave. She's a brave little marshmallow. I'm really concerned with how to get her to sway. Normal swaying is easy for when I have the tail do it because it's from the parent out. This is not. I could pull in a model that has such a thing and like that has that structure and like layer it and so that it was attaching to her structure, her skeletal structure that way. That would still be tough because the concern is, so like say I want to have her swaying one way and the other way. The easiest way to do it is for like the tail. I would normally grab like a specific point of time like this, grab all bits of the tail like this, and then you just do rotate, copy that a couple times, and then you do in the middle of it, you do rotate the other way, and then copy that. Now this part is a full bit, so it goes back and forth like this, and then I would just grab, skipping the parent, shift everything forward one, shift everything forward one, and now I have a really cheap tail like wagging through the wind. Problem is, it's like I'm trying to do this motion but starting from this point back instead of this point back, and that's where that gets tough, because I have to ensure that this part of the model, which is her hands, are constantly in contact with that surface. So when the tail normally sway opposite the body, but yeah, the tail is, I'm not worried about. It's more of if the body, if she's actually like floating up here, it's getting everything to swing like that from the hand point instead. Because if I do that like I just did there and have everything bent in that direction, it's not going to bend, it's not going to delay correctly. Because as soon as I like draw this bone and I do it, it's now going to be unlocked and will disconnect as soon as the rotation kicks in. Bouncing, yeah, that would be, it would still require a little bit, but it would be easier. I don't like the school is just staring at me. There, that's better. I think either, I like the idea of having her floating while holding on to it, but it's just trying to think of the best way to make that work is difficult. Yeah. I have a couple different ideas, but I feel like none of them are actually going to work. I think the best one that I can come up with is to, and this would be even for the, like, to have her bouncing, would be to load in some other model that has a bone structure like that, even if it's just a metal pole, and lock all the pieces along the route and then animate that. I don't think that's going to work, but I'm curious if it would. So I want to give that a shot, actually. What's a model that has multiple bones like that? I think there's a wire model. Looking for one that's just a singular tube. These wouldn't, because they're bent already. So I'm looking for a wire in a T-pose. That's maybe cable. No. Oh, you know what? What are those Everfree vines? Yeah, this one. I believe this one has... It has 6 bones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, 5. 6. So that would work because anything, her back legs have that motion. They're separate from the pelvis. Okay. This is going to be really, really weird and like something I've never tried before. But that also is what makes it fun. Because if it fails, it's going to fail in a spectacularly goofy way. So we'll go with it. All right, I'm going to lock. Where is Sweetie Belle? Her root transform to the base. 0. Then we have to rotate this through about even with her body. Okay. Easier to hold on to something if you're not dealing with centrifugal force. The G-force will help you rip you right out. Well, Sweetie Belle is scared for her life right now, so she's doing the best she can. All right, so this I need to find now the equivalent in the bone positioning. So here's the hands. So I need to have this positioned about where the hands are, perpendicular to her. Which I will call... Actually, I can do it this way. So this is still rotated fine? Yes. So if this is even with her, then whenever this green line is invisible, it's perpendicular. So hand. Let's move it to about there. Spine 1. This is your forearms. Okay, I think that should be good. Now this one is your shoulders. All that good. Spine 3, this one is going to be your chest 1. I could have done chest 2, but I think it's fine. Okay, so this is perpendicular right there. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work, but I will, well, I'll be pleasantly surprised if it does, though. So that's pretty close to pelvis. Spine 5, then, doesn't matter. It'd be funny. It would be funny when it fails. Okay. So now, hands lock to the base. Oh. That's gonna be... Do I have to reposition these again? No, I don't. I think we go keep the positions now. Yeah, it does. Okay. Size doesn't actually matter on the model, but I needed to make sure that this was not going to scale her. So now I should be able to lock this to hand. Okay. And then lock this to hand. Then lock spine 1 to forearm. Spine 1 to forearm. I'm not going to do chest 2. Shoulder, shoulder. Spine 3. That's way further. Okay, up. This is already. That did not position those when they scaled correctly. So Vine 1 is where it should be. Vine 2 is not where it should be. I was gonna rough it anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna do 3. Chest 1. Spine 4. Okay. That should be fine. We don't worry about Vine 5 then. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. Wrong one. Those ones were already fine, but I had to redo them again. And okay, what song is that currently playing? This one is Into Wildlands, if this is still the current one, by Dark Fantasy Studio. He was very strong. 2. Is chest 1, and pelvis is number 4. Okay. Oh my god, that actually worked. Holy crap, I did not think that would work. Her arms definitely break a bit. Right there. And I knew that would be the case on some of these limbs, but it does what I need it to do. That is actually fantastic. What this means now is I can take her throughout all that motion. We're gonna then grab her thighs, her legs. I can do tail separately. Global axis. So we're going to just bend it a little bit like this. That's a little too far. I kind of want to go a little too far, but I think that's still too... Oh, no. That's actually... should be fine. She goes that far. Oh, yeah, she needs to go a little farther. There she goes. Good, sweetie. You hang on for dear life. Yeah, you should do that. Okay. Now we grab this one. Delay by 1. 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 Fine. Delay by 1. Delay by 1. Okay. So now if I grab all these again. It actually works. It's still a little too much. I'll probably reduce it a little, but when actually, so what the main issue I see here is certain parts of it probably didn't need to be delayed because I went past a full sequence on the delay, which is not really what I wanted to do. So I'm actually going to undo all our delays here and stretch this out. So, okay. Actually, let me do that again, but for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now this should still be in even frames, yes. But now it should be able to delay them correctly. So if I get rid of this, that one's not included, all those. Okay, so now the base one doesn't need to be delayed. So then delay by 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so now it's still yeah, so I think I need to get it to delaying at most 1/2 of 1, which is twice what I just did. There's just a lot of bones to delay. That's the main issue here. So I can slow it down, get the delay correct, and then be fine. But I think what I actually need here is when I delay, I need to delay this by 3 more. I think now I'm even. Okay, I think I want to actually round them a bit more. So I'm going to put her like this. Because her back legs were not going as far as I would want. I'm just surprised this actually works, so that I'm trying to figure out the timing stuff is a whole different thing. Yeah, I know, I didn't think that was gonna work. It worked in my head, but my head is wrong a lot.
Cool.
Thank you, Nolan, and congrats to Kaiser Dragon. Appreciate it. I think he is just a new follower too. But thank you very much. I'd raise a drink to you, but I'm out. And actually, I'm not. Is this? Yeah, it's mainly water. I'm not drinking today, any alcohol tonight, because I drank way too much yesterday. Thank you, Soviet Grapes, for 200 bits. Derby smashing keyboard. Yeah, and it's not the same without Michael here, because he gets all excited, happy for weird reasons. DARPA. All right, let's try this again. So I need to delay this to nearly twice what it is. So what we're going to do is put it to here. Oh, it's exactly 1 second. Perfect. Bam. That was easy. For the derps to be higher quality. Yes, without Michael, it's just not the same. Okay, so this should put it just about half. Yeah, something like that. I'm like, wait, why didn't I grab those? But yeah, it's because they're through the vine. Durr. Okay, and so this should still be the correct one. Okay, so it definitely too strong, but what I can do now is take not the back legs, I want to keep those as they are, but these ones. So this is her base position right here. I'm gonna say playhead these, not playhead, yeah, playhead to here by, let's say, like 50%. Okay. That seems like a pretty natural type sway, but I like that her back legs are the ones swinging the most, so that's why I kept it like that. Now I'm going to grab all these. We're going to go back to our timing here again. We're going to extend this. Okay, so right now this is... Well, I'm not going to bother trying to figure out timings. I want to make sure, because there's only, the frames are... Only certain frames are going to pick certain things up. And so if I make this too quick, it might start cutting off certain parts of the motion, but the motion blur should fix it. If anything, I might... I'm okay with it as it is. I just want to go and... some of these first three, I'm going to in much more. Okay, and then her head. So I probably should have counter motioned this. I'm gonna do that before I like shrunk it down. So her head hits its... Okay, so this is a full loop right here. Her head hits its peak right about here. Oh, I don't want to turn it... Yeah, I want to turn it more this way. Oh, wait. No, this is... Okay, so if this is right here, then this is the other point. We're going to turn it back this way again. Okay. All right, now her head's not like flopping all over the place. Oh, it went further than I anticipated. This will make even time. Okay. Now we have Sweetie actually like flipping out correctly. Oh, counter motion is Scootaloo's wing in her ear. Oh yeah, it is. There's a legitimate reason for that. Oh, there now it's. It's okay. It's mostly correct now. No, so what I meant by counter motion was that her head was moving with her body. So when her body moved, her head was also turning with it. And so I was countering that motion by turning it back forward so that as the body turned, her head tried to keep adjusted to being stabilized, I guess. So that it was always looking forward. I don't want her head flopping all over the place. Even if you're grappling on like that, your head is probably going to try to maintain like looking forward. So there was motion, and I was trying to ensure that the motion that she was doing in addition to that was countering it. Sweetie Belle. Okay, so we got her whole rotation, or whole everything is to 62. So this is right now 8 seconds. So if I brought this down to 58, this would be twice the speed. Okay, her head. Oh, I'd actually grab the vine too. Which, if the vine did not get included with some of those copies I did. Now if we go down to 58. Okay, I think that's a bit quick, actually. So we'll go down to 60. A little bit quicker. This is an off number, but I think that's a bit better. And I think that I'm still going to reduce things a little bit, but it's the good starting point. Now the nice thing though is Sweetie Belle has her root transform on that pole like I wanted. So now I can rotate her around this pole, which has the other benefit. I'm playing for this part. So when she starts out and she's they're turning this direction, she can go like this. Yep, and so then from here, and when she gets back to normal, I would assume that she's going to swing a bit this way first. And then when she's going around this corner again, she's going to swing back out again. It's gotten so stupid. Just put her up there. Kind of like it a little lower. But now that I know how to do that thing with Sweetie Belle, I can do it again with Apple Bloom for her parts too. Yeah, I'm surprised. This is actually turning out pretty good for like Sweetie. But Sweetie though is like, so every time they transition like this, she is going to have a little bit of a delay here on her body. And so, okay, they're already locked, so that means I should be able to rotate those. Okay, good. So when she goes to the outside, I don't like it going up. I think it's just going sideways is enough. Don't worry about her eyes. I'll be poking around with that. Okay, and then when she comes back, yeah, that's looking pretty good. And then, so in this, luckily, the swing that her body was in was already correct with returning here, because she was, as this is, as she's going this way, her body is flying out with the momentum. And so timing wise, it was a lot easier for my side because she was already moving in that type of motion. And even here, when she comes out here, her legs are already being delayed that way. So that's perfect. Is there any clipping? Oh no, perfect. She's like, I was concerned that Applejack was going to be too close. Okay. During the major transitions, I want to have her eyes blink because I'm probably going to have to change their position to have a better aim where she's supposed to be looking, and it would probably just look better that way anyway. Okay, so between here and here, let's have her look, here a bit. That should be fine, and same thing here. We'll have her look in the same position. Sweetie Belle turned out way better than I thought she was going to. I am really happy with how she's doing. Well, I just want to watch this all day. It's so good. All right, so I will add some animation to her like tail and stuff, but again, that's secondary stuff, and I'm not doing secondary right now. What I can do though is Apple Bloom. So the difficulty with Apple Bloom is figuring out like where the hell to put her. I have a feeling that the best way to do this is to basically back up the camera like this. Because I'm thinking the only place that I can actually put her is here. Because I can't... Well, yeah, I thought about having her like holding on to Applejack's tail, but then it would be really no different than what Apple Bloom is doing. Or not Apple Bloom, or what Sweetie Belle is doing. So I'm thinking that having her on here would be better because it would at least look like they're doing different things. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best to do. So this is going to be Sweetie Belle, Illustration Helper. All right. What is bringing the adult ones? And actually, that's the thing I do need to do is I need to add their cutie marks at some point, because I'm pretty sure we're at the point now where it probably would be a good idea to do that. Well, you don't know. I mean, I can do that right now if you want. I can show you how I do that. It's not difficult. It's going to be like searching the same words 3 times, but ran over by a tractor, cutie marks. Yep. Is there some good oh, right here. Perfect. Right. So let's just do Apple Bloom first. I'm going to make this a permanent change to the model because it'd just be easier that way. So there we go. First, I need to figure out where these textures are. Okay, so this is them. Already a body texture exported, which leaves me concerned. Oh, well, okay, so the nice thing with this is that this is the original edit that I did for the, when she smacked Tiara. So now I know where the cutie mark spots are. That's useful. Hey, that was a fun video. Okay, so we have our cutie marks. I'm gonna guess that Apple Blooms is the apple. So, if I remember right, the head is still pretty big. So, I don't know what direction... Oops. I keep thinking I have to hold shift to scale these, but it doesn't need to do that anymore. Yeah, I don't know which direction this part goes. I better get it right or somebody's going to get angry. Is there like a zoom in? Like I need a butt zoom in. There we go. Okay, at least in this picture it's going back, so that would be what this is. Okay. Well, the colors are backwards then too. Is that okay? You know, I'm gonna say that it'd be better to have the colors correct than the top of the apple correct. So I'm just gonna go with it this way. And I want to have this at about the same something or others. Sure, it doesn't... Well, I guess I will be seeing them from all angles. So, okay, that works. Well, I'll just save this as something else, so I guess I don't need to actually make this a new layer. Let's go here. Get rid of those. Is a paint program? Oh, this is just Photoshop. You can do GIMP or anything. It's really just about getting the objects onto their however it works for you. So I already did an export. I'm gonna have to do an export for the other ones, so I'll show you how to do that part. Right now, this is once you have the texture open, you gotta figure out where the butts are, and I know that the butts were normally about there anyway. I do not want to save over. Okay, there we go. They changed something on this. I recently updated it. Now I gotta like do some other stupid things. There we go. So I don't want to do body. I want to do body mark. And I'm saving as a Targa. That just tends to be the ones that they use the most. So I've used a program called VTF Edit. That's the best one for most things. And so normally if you, when you open up this file, you could just go file, export, voila, you have a target file. That's all you really have to do to get it extracted. For importing it then, it's just the opposite. Import, find the file that you want to have replaced. Don't really touch any of these. If you want to start doing the normal map, like bump map type things, you can play around with that checkbox, but otherwise everything else should be just kept as it is. And if the texture is important for having it be clear and not be out of focus in any way, make sure no bitmap and no level of detail are checked. Sometimes it won't check those. Double check if it is there. What those do is, in a game, it tries to say that if something is farther away, that you're probably not going to be able to see the detail of it anyway. So it will usually start softening the edges or like taking lower pixel versions of those textures and loading them instead to save on memory. But for eyes and some other things, you actually can start telling that they lose focus at a distance, and that can be like... This looks weird, especially when it's with the eyes, and the eyes start looking hazy from a distance, and I don't want that. So you turn that on, voila, it's that way. For if this texture didn't have a cutie mark, I probably wouldn't care because it's not going to matter. But also, it's not a game engine, so I'm not requiring it to be ultra efficient. Oh yeah, so now the data is loaded as a file. You don't want to do export again, because that would just be back to a file. You want to do save as. So in this case, I'm going to do body. There, no, I didn't. I bet you that's what I called. Did I already do this at some point? I wonder if I did this already. I think I did. Yeah, okay, well, hell, that's how you do it, but apparently it's at some point back in 2015, I already went and did this work. So, wonderful. We're kind of at that point now where I can probably just assume that they should always have them. So I'm just going to make that a permanent change. Because if I ever want to go back, I can just override to the original. You still have that dirt texture? Yeah, somewhere. I had a public download of it at some point. I don't remember where I put it as a public download though. Go. Look at that. Now they're adults. That means you shouldn't be scared. You gotta grow up. But since I did a change to the original model now, anywhere that it had them, they have cute marks. It kind of looks a little forward. Like, I think it should be like a little bit further back. Yeah, like on here, it's more on the actual like butt. Here, it's up on like the front of the thigh. Probably not going to care enough though. Get out of the way, Apple Bloom, no! I like when they're like, it's looking like they're racing around and she's just like defying physics. So let's grab Apple Bloom. All right, so what do we want to do with you? You need your bones. Thanks for the follow, Chris Lava. Appreciate it. We're making horses ride on tractors in unconventional ways. They don't know. Is there a conventional way? I don't know. Did they ever have an episode where they actually showed them like on a tractor? Actually, I don't know. There. Oh, I can't do a partial zero, can I? No. Can't I zero this? Okay, apparently. Oh, because I didn't have it selected. So this would be negative 90? No. $56. 90? Negative 90. No. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna turn you kinda, and then it's up to you to figure out the rest, horse. Yeah, 90. No. Oh, negative 90. Okay, negative 90. Okay, so that's kind of right. We got 0. So this is 90. No. Negative 90. Thanks for the follow, Pwn. Negative 90. Keep using the negative. All right. This is straight enough. What predicament will cause Apple Bloom to be hit by the tractor as well? I don't think I'm going to have her hit by the tractor per se. Not like the other ones are. It's you can't really see the shot because they're like in the ground or something, but the one where she was kind of looking despondent in the back of the shot, I wanted to have her like climb up onto the back of it, like start moving towards or look like she was going to climb onto it. I need to figure out that part fully to get to her being there, but I have to make sure that she's there because it makes everything better. Though actually just having her like this, she's just so happy. Look at her, she's riding that tractor like a pro. Here, she's even like, look, only three legs, or she's doing it like a stand, or hell, she's just, I stop there. She's just no-legged. She's just a wee. Let's get her back on there. Okay. Yeah, well, thank you much, Polamoni. Thank you very much. Michael's not here to see himself, but thank you very much for the bits. Appreciate it for sure. I don't know if you've seen that before, but yes, we have Michael on a horse. He's probably on his flight now. Yeah, he's probably flying right now. So he's probably in the air. But he knows the amazing tractor horses they are. This is I kind of wish they didn't have cutie marks, because now that could be their cutie mark. It'd be just their death certificate. That'd be their cutie marks. Oh yeah. Oh, oi, Apple Bloom. There, that's better. Let's make her... She's still kind of smiling. Oh no, she's got the teeth. She's got her mouth open. I felt it. It's like as if a million bronies all screamed out at once. What is this separate skin? Oh, you know what that is? This model had the cutie marks built into it. That's what that was. So I didn't make them. It came that way. I've just overridden the one that was blank flank with the other texture. I get it now. Aha. So that's why I don't remember doing it, because I didn't do it. But it is fine. They're... Cutie marks are cutie marks. Get her into position. There, go like there. There. I think what I'm gonna have to do is I think these ones are gonna have to go up a little bit, and these ones are gonna have to go down a little bit. Then I'm gonna have to stretch these out a little bit more. It might be at least something like that. I think it's what I kind of did for Scootaloo on hers. Okay, it doesn't look like she's actually grasping for dear life. Looks like she's just kind of like floating there. Okay, that might work. Do not want to grab right butt. I think her pelvis is... Oh, no, don't get back down there. Horse is trying to escape. No, no, no. You got a job to do. You're not being paid to do it, but... you don't have a choice. Just put it down like this. Like that. Focus is strong with Michael. No, Michael. Yeah. It's nice having somebody to bounce conversation off of, though, so that's not really a problem. But I knew it would be quieter. Actually, the old streams when we used to be just me more often, they were tended to be a bit a lot more work focused on stuff. But then they just tended to be a lot. That's the whole like name of the second channel being the Argo Zone came about because like I would just get ultra focused for a little while and like go silent for a bit because I would just get so into what I'm doing. Yeah, okay. I think I want to... Is there... Yeah, they are. Maybe if I put her like this. I don't know about that. Maybe having it like up the nose type thing. Yeah, I kind of like that maybe. That works. Apple Bloom's mental state progressively deteriorates. She is an apple. I think it's in her blood. I think by the time Applejack hits her like 40s, she's only going to say the word apple in just various tones. It's going to be like Hodor from Game of Thrones. It's going to be Applejack, and it's Apple Bloom's destiny as well. Kind of want to like make it so that like, now she's having fun or something. really hard to make them, like, I guess when you actually have motion, it helps. Yeah, I don't know how much I like her legs right now. They don't really feel like they're grasping on hard. Oh, Blur. Like Groot, where he just says, I am Groot, but Object just says, I am Apple. I am Apple. I don't like them spread out. I don't think I like them bent either. I'm gonna bend another joint up from the hoof. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. And I tried kind of doing that. It just, I think like from this angle, it kind of looks fine. I think the main reason it's not working from the front is just with how lighting is. But like, if I try to put these up to create a hump, it gets broken in a weird way, which really isn't a concern because I'm looking at it from this angle. So unless I got to this point, you couldn't see that was broken like that. So I could get away with that. I think I might just leave it as it is. I think I might just be overthinking it. With how much other crap is going on with a lot of these shots, it might not matter. The one problem with her being here, though, is all other shots that utilize the tractor in any way now have to have her added on as well. And that's where some of this will start getting difficult. So basically I have to do the normal rough riding animation for her, but then I have to actually stop working on her for that, copy paste that to the other shots, and then add some of that secondary motion to it, because if I don't, then that's going to translate to the other ones too. So so for this one though, one of the problems with this is if I use that tentacle technique I was using on the other one, which is, it's weird when you say it out loud like that, that's all going to be locked to this instance. But if I go and copy paste Apple Bloom to the other shots, though that model won't come with her, and it may not translate correctly. I think as long as the tentacle is locked to the tractor from its secondary bone, not its main root, then that should be fine. Or no, yeah, that's the way I had it up in the other one. Okay, I think it should be fine. I've been right tonight, and I'm good on a good record, so I'm gonna assume that that's what I can do. Tentacle technique. It's not wrong. It's you know where Disco Apple Bloom. This needs to be locked to the tractor on a 0. And then I'm going to take the base and move it into position, because if I do it this way, that means that if I want to, I can relock everything in the later shots, and all I'd have to do is unlock everything, copy paste the model over, relock it to the root transform there, and it should have its base be exactly where it is on all these shots then too. So should be fine. This one might be a little different because I want them rotating from the hand But I think I'm going to skip this hand bone because I don't think it's going to add anything to the motion at all. So I'm not going to lock this bone, actually. Before I lock the bone... Yeah, this is locked to the tractor. Okay. Because if I lock this, then... Well, whatever, it's fine. There was something I had to do to the model before I did this before. What was it that I did? Something I did to Apple Bloom to Sweetie Belle before I started stuff last time. Oh, cool. For one, I gotta move everything around here. Well, thanks for the sub, Skylight. 27 months. That's like 8 years. Think. That's a lot of time. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the support. What are you up to? Is it your weekend now? I mean, you're here, I guess, but my keyboard forgot the Y. Eat! I have already eaten. I cannot eat anymore. Okay, I do think that she's a little bit higher on the angle here. Yeah, that's a bit better. So this vine's right about the shoulder level. That is fine. Vine 3, you need to get to... Okay, I need to, like, get rid of Applejack there. Actually, just add that there. That's better. So this is chest 1. I need to get this back too. That doesn't matter what the rotation is on that point. 27 months, just over 2 years. Math must be hard. Yes, Mitch, it is. It's Friday. I don't need a math anymore. Math is for weekdayers. I'm a weekender. Okay, so this needs to be locked to I gotta lock them to Apple Bloom's balls. They're called balls. So they're locked. And now we need to do the forearms. And this would be your shoulders. Chest 1 and pelvis. No one is going to say phrasing. Not weekend yet. Still got to work Saturday. Getting that sweet not time and a half OT. So you mean just like standard time? Because that's bull crap. If you have to work the weekends, you should get some benefits to it. I've worked weekends in my current job, but for one, I'm salary exempt, so I can't get overtime, so it doesn't matter. But also, I only do it on very rare occasions because certain systems can't be manipulated during odd hours. So I think I've only done it like 3 times. It's just not it doesn't happen often. Thank you, Edward. 8 years, that's amazing. It is, yeah, 27 months. It's something like that. I make the rules here. Okay, so let's see now. Okay. I think I'm actually going to do the hand instead for these. because otherwise the actual like bits are gonna flop around a little bit. I don't want that. God, she's super flex. This is pain. So with this though, I don't want to actually have her. I don't want to have her doing the floppy like this. What I actually want to do is have her kind of bouncing a little bit up and down on the thing. Because the other ones aren't going to have quite the same reaction to a lot of that. Though, I guess, yeah, we'll, because how smooth is the ride that she's going on? Not really. I think, because I can just do reactionary motion only. But if I do that, then it is very much locked to what this scene is. I guess I can always grab her animation from the outside of this, like this area, because that will be... Yeah. So I can animate it now, and I won't have to worry about it, because I'll just... It should work fine. So I'm just going to, like, freehand it as we go. So she right now is... I'm going to say at this point she's going to be swinging out a little bit this direction. Okay, and then as soon as this starts, she's going to start swinging the other way. How long should I make my GIF loop? What GIF loop? Depends on what it is. The shorter you can make it without affecting what you're trying to do with it, the better. Yeah, well, oh, are you talking for render? Like, I usually would say that if you're trying to render it, however long your loop is, make it long enough so you can render out 2 of it in a row. Because if it's a lossless loop, one that the beginning and ending are the same, you really can cut it anywhere once it's made. So if you have 2 in a row, then there's usually potentially some like glitchy stuff at the beginning and end. So then you can just take anywhere that, say it's a 2-second loop, render 4 seconds, and then just find somewhere in the 2 seconds in the middle that work, and then should just look the same. But so I always try to do at least 2. I usually do 3 when I'm building it, because I'm making sure that the beginning and the end fall off correctly, and so I need one section before and one section after. But the rendering, you only need 2. If you're doing particles, that's a whole other beast, because those never render. You can't loop particles correctly without using some like fading or something. only doing the main twist right now, but I want to add some others to it. Okay. So the fun thing with this now is I can add some extra like bits to it however I want. Stupid face. Just wanted to ask because I'm making one for Memorial Day. I actually have. I think I have a video that covers how to do like looping particles in a GIF for rendering in some of the post stuff, and I do cover how I normally would make a loop like that. So that might have some information on it too. But normally from the rendering perspective is just make these 2 in a row, because if you just try to make like the beginning and end and it looks like it's looping, it might not. So that's why actually this 3 groups or 4 bookmarks are because I would make a loop. This would be my single loop. For instance, I'll get to the stupid face in 1 second here, so I answer the question or cover the information here. So like, let's say that let's say that Sweetie's tail, we wanted to make a loop of the tail that's kind of like wobbling back and forth. So I would grab the tail like this, so it's covering this area. And I right now have this on rotation local. That means that every bone is going to rotate from its own axis, not from the axis that I have it selected. So instead of rotating like this, it's going to rotate like this. So if I can say I want to rotate like this, and so now this is a part of the motion for the GIF. So I will take everything within this bookmark and I'll copy paste it within these outer 2. And now I have the motion that's there 3 times in a row. And the reason I do this is so that you don't have this weird stop point. So now I want to have it rotate the other way, so I can select here, rotate it the other way. And now I'm now crossing over into this one, so I need to get this portion of it into this box. So that's all I'm going to do. Select this part, copy it, paste it here, and now I have my loop. And so I just make sure that all motion I do, that you never select an area larger than what is between 2 of these bookmarks. So if I do this, now I am outside of my boundaries. This is my loop point. It should never go that far. So I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can move anywhere within, I can change this, I can make it smaller, as long as whatever I do is translated across all 3 evenly. But then when I render it, I usually will just render 2 of these and then just find within that render spot in the middle like this, and then just use that for the GIF. I'm gonna do tail now. So that's how I've been doing GIFs for years now. All right, it's a stupid face. They all have stupid faces. And see you later, bearded one. Congrats on your job. Hope it goes well for you. can we do with this tractor? I don't know about doing anything with the tractor. I'm trying to think of something I haven't done. You know, let's it's kind of fun when I found that chicken. Let's go to Dota. Yeah. It's a lava wall? Blast. Okay. Are these customizable or something? Whatever. So all these guys have animation built in. And so I can make anybody do anything. Let's see, what's a... But there's a fun part to this. I'm looking for somebody that has a few more sequences. Oh, ooh, there's some. Some people with lots of stuff. Oh, I thought that was like a horse shape. That would have been perfect. Ooh. Oh, this is him. I thought. Okay, you know what? Let's load in whatever this guy looks like. Yes. Okay. So this all right, we're gonna put a horse's head on this guy, but I need idea for who the horse is. So give me a horse name. Or give me a character name. And we will make the horse very beef. It looks like Chronos cheese sandwich. Okay. That was not what I expected, and I kind of want to see this. Zakora. Do I have cheese sandwich? I don't think I do. Need to go get him. I don't know how I don't have him. Actually, in terms of searchability, this is actually way better. Yes, there's an adult CMC. I don't know if they haven't updated the smaller ones. Come on, here. Searched it. There we go. Yes. Cheese. Oh. It's cheese sandwich. Your hair apparently. There. Okay, and now we need beef head. Alright, so ever seen Beetlejuice? Yeah. So this is head 1. That's the bone below it. So we're going to take cheese sandwiches, entire body to that, and then his head 0. Wait, no, head 0. Head 0 to that, 1 to that. Okay. And now his head will be given a scale of 1. There is some parts of his hair that apparently are meant to be in only one place. This just by itself is pretty good. Oh, his eyes are broken again. There we go. I don't know if I want to make his head any bigger. I kind of like it like this. Looking at punk. Not what I was expecting, but I'll go with it. There we go. He hungers. It broke his mane. It's fine. Small head again. Coming for you. Okay. He's the manliest of men. The flail is so far the best. I want to try one more here. What is this spawn? What is his hands doing? Is this like, I like to stay at the YMCA? Okay, actually, this is way weirder when there's nothing to hold on to. This looks like a fever dream. Buddy from Warcraft? No, it's from Dota. Beastmaster, apparently. It was back before they converted it all to Source 2 and locked up the files a bit more. So I don't have some of the newer heroes that are in it, but I do have some of these ones. But I won't do it now because it would just take too long. But it's always fun just to take some of the models that are there and just add in the sequences. They're pre-made animations. And what you can also do is say, and I've done it for Spike, because there's a Spike has an elbow and he has an elbow and everything, you know, you can find where all those bones match up across the whole thing, lock all the bones from, like, say Spike to all the equivalent bones on here, zero it out. The rotations might need to be flipped around 180 on some, but you play around with it a little bit, but then you can basically do all these same animations on Spike at some awkward proportions for sure, but you can do some really neat looking things. It's on one of the old stream highlights, I think one of the first ones I had, but it had Spike where I did that and I attached all those bones to the fastest zombie from Half-Life 2, and it is creepy. So it's just fun to do, so because you can just make some really stupid crap really, but I want to say quick, because like I said, with the Spike one I had to go through every bone and rotate them 180 because they would all be like, it's like saying like my shoulder's like this, but then his shoulder, its X or its Y value was in an exact opposite. So it was negative for every positive and positive for every negative. So when you went and zeroed it to it, instead of the arm being like, say like forward, it would be completely backwards. And so you just had to flip it around and rotate it to a correct orientation. But this is just kind of like weird. I am strongest warrior. Bah. Behold my strength. I can lift 15 cheese sandwiches. I'm so strong. Well, anyway. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to load in Flail again. Well, hello, Blurred Blah. How's it going? Thank you for the sub. 31 months. That's like 14 years. Look at this one. Blurred. Look at him go. He's running. Wonder what he put in his sandwiches to get like that. Ovaltine. Okay. Lauren been with you the longest. Kind of, actually. Like it took me about a year and a half after being approved for affiliate to even turn it on. So I refused for quite a while just because I didn't like the way that Twitch did splits on things. I felt like for some things it just was too much that they took for things compared to like Patreon and a lot of those others. But because of Prime and because of like there's other benefits that come with it, I can understand it. So I eventually opened it up. But even then, like, I mean, I've been streaming this for 7-8 years, and then a lot of that stuff didn't exist when I started. Reminds me, well, that's fine, Red. Don't have to worry about it. Just showing up is all I ask for, or all is what I appreciate the most. Should I miss anything else? Okay. But yeah, did you finish your tracer, Blurred? Is it all done? Or do you still have more on it? I popped in for a little bit earlier, but then I kind of got distracted. You found other things to do? I know how that is. See if I can. Oh, now this is a problem. I was gonna have her like leg lift up, like she's gonna grab on again, but no, how I have it set up, I don't know if I can do that very easily. Well, you know what? It's fine. I don't really need to. But what I can do here, when it flips around here, the legs here are separate. your thigh there. Okay, and so these legs are actually a little separate, so I can kind of actually have the high scoots. He's thinking, I want a camera time. God, it's still. It's just like, here comes Scoots. Oh no. Let's see if I can, like, this right leg. Okay, so I have to also counter her rotation on her head too. She's just looking the wrong way on some of this. Here. Do to here. Do to there. Okay. She swaps the other side for only a little bit. The chaos in all this is just amazing. I love this. Okay. And now when she's swapping like this, I think that's the wrong way. But yeah, she would, when they start spinning or going that way, I think she would kind of go like this until they got into the corner. Or needs a cameo, sitting back eating popcorn. I've considered doing that on some, popping up on Discord for some, but it can get too chaotic in a large public chat. So it's it'd be a more limited thing. See here, trying to just give her head a little bit of the rotation without it like looking like it's breaking or something. I still want to have her looking the same direction, so I did the counter motion to try to keep her looking forward. Now I'm just doing the side motion stuff, but I don't want to make it look like her neck's kind of swinging back and forth, which it kind of looks like it's doing a little bit here, like there. She's just kind of dancing. Okay, I think she needs to really swing on this one. Dance for us, Apple. Okay, we gotta put the... Oh, I don't have the music actually here. I don't have the tractor, or the actual noises of this thing either. I think I need the motor sound a little lower. My favorite is still Sweetie Belle. It's just so good. I'm so happy with how she turned out. Oh, it's so stupid though. In a good way. I think I'm gonna have to do with this too is I'm gonna have to lock the lights to the boutique, I think. When I go to do that, because it's gonna be the the actual part that's moving. Oh, my RAM. I'm getting a little scared with RAM for how long this file is and how much cuts there is and how many just jump arounds there are of running out of RAM for some of this. But we'll manage. Okay, so I skipped the part of her actually getting hit. That exhaust pipe should be getting hot too. I don't think she cares because she's just trying to hold on for dear life. She's just doing the best she can. I'm hungry. Well, thank you very much, Jules. If you're hungry, eat. What are you going to eat? You need to eat something. That hurts. Oh, that felt good. I had is an onion and mushroom pizza for dinner. Usually stream nights I go cheap and quick. Was there still the... Oh, there is. Okay, so it is back there. It's just too low. You have very dirty floors. Now it says, eat these beans. Eat beans. What if I don't eat? Why would you not eat? If you're hungry, you take food and... I Actually, I'm gonna go grab another drink. I am thirsty, boy. Give me like 20 seconds. Share pizza with you guys if I could. Pizza is the best food for sharing. Soup is not the food for sharing. Oh, eat too much for lunch. Just not hungry. Oh, I can understand that. Does everybody have pizza? Yeah, that's right. Soup is not for share. Next day air. Okay, so I think like I can just leave it at that for the most part. Well, actually, so all the motions that Apple Bloom is doing should be the exact same that she would do at any other point. I'm a little concerned, though, that if I copy her, that she's not going to paste correctly. Actually, she won't at all right now because this is everything's locked to this. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to paste this too. And I'm going to relock everything just to make sure they move together, which was hand, forearm, shoulder, chest, one, pelvis. Okay. And then this locks to retractors joint 1. Okay. Other than she had a stroke in the copy paste process, she is fine. I just weren't locked to anything, so where was it put? And she kind of like strokes out for a sec there. She's like, "Irk." So where is it at that's causing that? I'm just gonna leave it as that. She can have her stroke. But it did copy everything correctly how I was hoping that it would work out. So she is grabbing on and holding it correctly. You look like Tom got buried in a mudslide. Hello, Jan. It was because that is not the the map that I'm going to be using for that. This was using the map that the earlier parts of the shots were, and I just loaded the buildings in. So that map had land and everything in this area. That's why. We buy Argo pizza. We get a bonus stream tomorrow. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to still talk for. But I want with some of the other guys. But I want to see if some people can come over, or at least one or the two, to help me move some stuff around, because we want to get some of the. Or I want to start getting the stream stuff set up, but I have a lot of furniture I need to move around, and I was gonna have Michael help me with that, and then I forgot he was gonna be gone this weekend. So. Tomorrow I want to play around with some of the technical aspects of that stuff to get it figured out, if possible. I'm gonna put this as. Well, this one isn't okay. This isn't lit. That's actually the other. I need to do that before I get too far, or before I mark it that this is like ready to get next stage of stuff. Look how big it is. Yeah, so I got to log it to the boutique. That was what that was. I'm like, wait a second, there's something I'm missing here. Oh, that's the wrong part of the boutique. Log it to this one. Okay. So that made the boutique very, very bright. I do not want it that bright. Actually, this whole map itself has quite a bit of light in it. So I probably don't have to add too much, but I want to have some so that it gives a little bit of like definition. So I'm just gonna like copy this one. Yeah. Oh. Okay, Skulu gets cut off on the light here for a sec. Go. I probably want to have one of these. Probably just do this one. Coming straight from above. And let's just do this unshadowed. Doing anything. Okay, so it is affecting them. Oh, they're off to the side with this one. It's not shadowed, so I really don't care, I guess. So just spread it out. We'll put a little bit more this way, where it's going to hit them. We're going to drop that intensity, but probably go a little bit in the pink. I would think that the boutique would be a little bit pink. Light. Yeah, just something like that, maybe. drop the pink a little bit. There, just a little soft light on there. What if Michael went away just so he could avoid moving furniture? No, it was after he planned that well beforehand. I still got another like 40 minutes, Kyle-chan. I started early, but I still put 3 hours everywhere because this is what I generally write. I have to put in word when Michael when he returns. No, he's fine. Good to have him go home here and there. It just took a little bit for him to get to a point where, with all the COVID stuff, that it was safe to do so. He, both me and him got our vaccines fully taken care of like well over a month ago, and things have opened up now where it's or not, they somewhat opened up, so he's felt a little more comfortable flying, and so he hasn't seen his parents since Thanksgiving, I think. So good to go see him. Yeah, it's still way too bright. I want some light, but not like damn kind of light. All right, well, whatever. I'm gonna mark this one as orange. Progress. Hello, vodka. Lighting is hard for something like this because I love doing lighting. I love working with lighting, but a lot of times you're working on shots from a very particular angle, and so you can really optimize how something looks from that angle. In this case, I'm not. I'm utilizing all angles, and that makes it much, much harder. What is the camera settings on this? Why is the focal distance? Oh, it's at Applejack. I'm thinking I'm going to focus it on Sweetie Belle. I don't think it really matters all that much because it shouldn't have that strong of a depth of field, but it's got a very strong motion blur. So anytime the tractor bumps and everything moves, like Scoots here is going to be blurred, but as soon as things kind of settle down for a sec, she's very in focus. But that's just frame by frame stuff. Like this right here. That's as good right as it is. We hope. Spend time with loved ones as much as you can. Yeah, so I don't think it wasn't the focal distance. It's just like here, everything, like she's gonna look blurred because of motion blur. I turn that off, and now everything's in focus. So it's the motion blur that's causing it, not the focal. But it's because of that's why I have these settings set this way. Is I have it where I want extra effort put into the motion blur because there's going to be some, and I can't stop that. There's some things like here, when they're going, like when things are bumping around, they need to have them doing it. But that's why in when there's a lot of camera shake, for instance. On here, when like the rocket was taking off here, at this point, I wanted camera shake, like so that I wanted the camera to be like doing the thing. But if I were to have SFM do that, every one of these frames would have been completely blurred, and I didn't want that. So instead, I rendered it out as you would do a normal thing without any shaking. But if you watch up at the top here, you can see like right here, this rocket kind of like angles up, but then comes back out again a little bit. And that's because I added the shaking into After Effects, but to shake something in After Effects, it needs buffer to move into. So it zooms in the video, or actually this one I didn't have it zoom in. You can scale it a little bit and then do it. This one I didn't do that. I did a mirror. So it just takes whatever's at the edge of the screen and mirrors it again. So when it has to move the camera, in this case, down a little bit, it went into an area that was just a mirror of the other one. There's a couple actual frames here that you can see it in a much stronger effect. Being that with how these other things were, the only time it was noticeable was at the very top here. And it was so minimal that I just said whatever. Yeah, you can kind of see like a small mirror effect as it goes up. Oh, that is not how rockets work. So I did the same thing here. So I did a camera shake and post. This one is a lot easier of an effect because of how that one is built. But so anytime I needed to do any of the shaking for the rockets, I always did it in post because it was just way better of an effect. And now I can pause it at any point and things are clear compared to, not. I think that was the same thing on this one. Like Spike would have been completely blurred out. Actually, this one I might have kept his motion blur on. Yeah, this one might have... I know, I don't think it would have been rendered that way. He would have been way more blurred than that, even. Science. Can motion blur be adjusted? Yes. Yes and no. So, motion blur isn't a bad thing. It's a connecting element between two frames. So, you can reduce the amount of motion blur, but when you start getting too small of such for your frame rate that you're using, you start getting animation that looks choppy because there's nothing to blur to connect two frames together anymore. It's now going to be that they're there and then they're not. So for something that's shaking, perfectly fine to have it no blur on there because it's all over the place. But if somebody is moving very, very quickly, it's going to start looking immensely choppy, and you don't want that. So the general formula for it is for calculating your shutter speed to whatever your frame rate is. And so in this case, if I go to my main camera in here, you can actually see shutter speed here. So shutter speed is how long does the shutter stay open. This is a 3D program, so there's not, that number is artificial. It's saying how long is it supposed to try to replicate a shutter staying open. And in this case, it's saying 0.0167 seconds is how long the shutter would stay open to take in light. The idea is a shutter opens and it starts taking in light and producing an image, and then it will shut when it's done. But from the time it opens to the time it shuts, an object can move. So while it's taking in light, the object might have started like here, but when the shutter actually closes, it's here. And so it blurs because it was taking in light that whole time. So the faster your shutter speed, the less you'll have because it was small, shrinking that window. So the general math on that, though, is that you should always have that your shutter speed is 1 divided by double your frame rate. In this case, I'm recording at 30 FPS, so I would want to have 1 over double my frame rate, so 60, which is 0.0166, which is what that number is. If you're doing, say, 60 FPS, you would have 1 over 120, so you would have 0.00833, which is a number that I know because that's what I use for that. And then if you go to 24 frames per second, it'd be 1 divided by 48, which should be 0.0208. So I memorized 24, 30, and 60 because they're the common numbers. It's the same thing like on my camera right now. I have all this recording at 60 FPS for future use stuff, and I have the shutter speed at 1. I can't do it at 1 over 120, so I have it at 1 over 125 because that's the best shutter speed for that. SFM smart enough that when you make a file, if you say that you want to have 30 FPS, it will give you a shutter speed that is 1 divided by 60. That's what it'll always default to. So you don't have to go and manually do that. But it doesn't mean that you can't or that you don't need to change that, or there isn't a benefit in doing it. I have had some stuff where it was just moving fast enough, and the way that I animated it didn't work as it was, so I did increase the shutter speed to a much, much lower number to try to do that, but it will start looking choppy. But in this case, so let's get the one where they, yeah, like right here. So everything's going to be quite a bit blurry on here. But if I go down to like the 60 FPS version, it's going to be better, but it's still moving pretty quickly. If you actually get this down low enough, and I think it's about 0.001, yeah, it can't do it any faster than that, so it just gets rid of it altogether. But you can also then go to like 1 second and get like a super trippy like ghost effect of everything, because you're keeping it open and combining animation for an entire second. I've seen some people do that where they'll do an animation of like, I think they had like Scout running, and they did that and had this like really looked like it was a ghost running through a hallway. But I thought originally that, oh, well then maybe you can do that, but then overlay it with a video that has him fully clear and then it looks like a ghost image behind him. Problem is that it spreads that shutter speed like evenly and to the forward and backwards, and that's where it gets a little messy. So it doesn't work exactly how you'd want it to. Thank you for the follow, Star. We'll save the super trippy for a campfire. Is it what Chuck put in the fire? I'm unsure. Unsure what you mean. I do not know. Oh, this camera. There we go. The camera was actually off by a frame. I thought it was well, kind of. I'm gonna fix that. Because the so even that was off the shot, it probably would have blurred that first frame, and I didn't want that. Are you allowing you to be live? I usually end at 9 on Fridays, so I'm just gonna do that too. I started early, yeah, but I'm gonna still go till 9. So that one's done. I definitely need to fix her eyes at some point, but I'm not worried about it right now. Let's go and try to figure out what to do with Apple Bloom. Oops. Okay. So, right now she goes...
See what we can do. Big Mac? Gas her up. Yep.
So this is where I had her kind of sitting back here.
It's time for a test drive. It's time for a test drive.
So how do I get her to be on there? Because I can have like Apple Bloom walking in the direction of the tractor, but I need to show her actually interacting and doing something with the tractor. I could have had her gassing it up, but I've already got the voice lines locked in. Yep. And I kind of just like him being like, yep. He's so happy. Yep. Yep. Have her go up to ask a question, maybe. Well, I'm right now kind of locked because I got these voices from 15AI, and 15AI is down right now, and there is no ETA as to when it will be back up. I'm thinking soon, but it's been saying is soon for a while. So I think I'm gonna have to add a shot. I could have had a tractor that she could have been in, but then that would have been hard to show. But not a tractor, a trailer. Sorry. She gets her hoof stuck as she's trying to help gas her up. And that's the thing is she says Big Mac. And so that's the assumption that Big Mac would be doing it. I don't mind her like doing something at the back. I would just have to show such, and I'm trying to think of how to show it. I have like 100 ideas. I'm trying to figure out which one works best.
Big Mac, gas her up.
Yep.
Big Mac? Big Mac?
I was thinking like I could have Apple Bloom coming out of there with like a knife, like she's gonna pop the tire, but then people could also think that she's just gonna go murder her. And then she could stab something, get stuck, and that's how she gets dragged with. And no matter what, I have to have her interact in some way. But this goes right from here to her saying, "It's time for a test drive," but the music kicks in, and I'm kind of limited on what I'm doing here for having that pop up. So if I have it done, I have to do it here, or delay some of the audio portions. But I don't know if I want to do that. She's gonna have her tail get caught by the drive wheel and gets flipped onto the tractor. I was thinking originally we thought about like some rope or something coming in and catching her, but rope that would be immensely hard to animate, even if at some point she got onto the back. I would need to get her up on that top bit.
What's all we can do? Big Mac? Let's see what this puppy can do. Mac, get her up.
Thinking I could move the camera. It's a cold seat. I could have, if I move the camera here, I could put like Apple Bloom like showing like jumped up and is leaning on a hoof on the tire, and then when it comes to this one, I could turn the tractor so that it's more of a shot like this, and then having it look like she's hopping up. So then you're seeing the interaction where she's going up there, but then I don't actually have to animate her getting up there. I'm thinking that might be the easiest and safest way to go about it. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best for doing it easily enough. So in this case, so if I were to have her shown there, I think I would need a little bit more turn there. Maybe like that. Yeah, sure. It would be kind of. I think Applejack would be like kind of confused as to why she was getting on there to begin with, but I think that's the best way to go about it for now. We need a couple more pieces of grass to fill the background. There's a little spot that is kind of sneaking over there. Sneak invisibility. Okay. Grass is there. I need a little bit more. Here. And one spot right there. And we're good. The grass part. Okay. So we'll put Apple Bloom on there a bit. And then on this one, bring the front up a smidge. I can't move it too much more forward because it's already taking up almost a little bit more than a fourth of the entire frame. Unless you're meaning closer to the camera. You could probably turn it still a little bit more. Oh, yeah, they're low into the ground, but you can't see it. So it doesn't matter what they're in the ground or not. This back one is the one I care about. And that, again, it's a big, heavy vehicle. No, but all it matters is whether or not you can see it. And if you can't see it, then it's no different than it not existing. Doesn't get old.
What this puppy can do. Let's see what this puppy can do. Let's see what this puppy can do. Let's see what this puppy can do. What this puppy can do.
He's way taller than she actually is, but with the wonders of camera magic. Oh, there it is. Run up these. Okay, now she's going to be a little angry because she did just like take her college savings.
This puppy can do. See what this puppy can do. Do. Big Mac? We can do.
What am I doing? I'm not doing nothing.
Do.
Okay. Now she has to be sort of close to that position. Oh. Her back legs became front legs. I'm going to make sure that the root transform is the same. And I'm going to just do the pelvis. Otherwise I have two bones that are trying to compete for what things are moving where. And I don't want that. So instead I'm going to put her like here. I'm going to put the chest a little bit low. A little bit low like this. We'll put the neck back a little bit so it's like compressed a little bit. And then just out of shot like this. Put a little lower here. Probably hide the bows, but I'll just go with it like that. And then her eyes are going to not be through her skull. Okay. Actually, whatever. I'll just do it like that. Okay, let's see if now if I merge this all together, how this actually looks.
Do. 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 Can do. Can do. Can do. Can do. Do. Can do. What do?
I'm not trying to meme her now. That's just how it sounds. Can't be helped.
Do. 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 Do.
Okay. And now
Do. 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 Do.
I'd leave it like that for now.
Do.
Delay this arm from this motion. Delay her landing. And the head. Oh, that was too late. Maybe a little bit more like this. Yeah, there we go. Her eyes need to be delayed a little bit more. And then as her head's pulling back, I want to have it go into slightly back, slightly forward. And so her hoof lands right here. So I want to have it be even more so like not interacting with the surface yet. There we go. And then when she's rising, I'm going to have her head itself just collapse a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good for that camera shot. I could have Applejack look over at her and then here have her looking still down at Apple Bloom but then still do her normal head turn. Just it'd be, instead of going from the right to the left, it'd be from the left to the right. I don't like the idea of crossing the camera. I could move the camera to like something like this. If I did, then I could have Apple Bloom like scrambling up a little bit on this shot too. That might actually work. That would give it, I think, a better collection of everything that's going on. Remember button for, oh, there it is. It just was shrunk down. I want to get a little wider so I can see the second note. Because for how much time I have left tonight, I'm not gonna be able to do, or not gonna be able to feel confident with those changes. Because once it's saved, it's harder to go back. That's why, like, this one has like 2 cameras now, because I want to make sure that I have the camera to go back to if I decide to change something. Wait, who's that Apple Bloom now? But if I did that, then I could switch this back to the other views a little bit. But no, in this case, I do want to get rid of that apple horse, because it's she has a bunch of like bones that were bent to fit that specific pose, and I don't want to be stuck with some of those, but I don't need to be. But yeah, it's well, at least it does give me reason to put her. So it doesn't give me reason, or it gives me. This should work for what I wanted to do. With this new camera angle, though, I do need to move some of these trees around. Because I need to fill the background a little bit. I don't even care if they match up with the future shots. Just backdrop stuff. Yeah, like even there, you could be like, but I don't see any trees in that shot, and then this shot, it'd be like, nobody will notice. You'll notice now, because you had special access. Cheaters. And the sky's not going to be dark like that in the final. I just thought changing the skybox as an instance thing that you had to do every time. I'm not going to do that every time. All right. Well, this one I can. Oh, nope. I can't actually call this one done. Apple Bloom. Not locked. Actually, her eyes here. We read down a little bit. just have her do a little eye shift. And then just a little bit of extra motion, just so that she's not dead. And okay. Now I can call this good. All right, back to green. Good. I do want to get some of these actually 100% finalized, because rendering sucks if you have a lot to do. And if I can get a bunch of these like first shots done where I can start rendering early, then I can save myself like a couple days once everything is done, because I don't have to wait for everything to render. Or if I want to just spend time doing something else, I can start editing on the side. Hide apple bloom twin in every scene. Did I hide myself in here yet? I don't know if I did. Well, if I was going to hide myself anywhere, having myself hide in Ponyville would probably be the best. Because he could fit anywhere. I love neat notes, so I'll add that later. So, okay, nonetheless. Would you recommend rendering one shot at a time or all shots at once? I would render just as much as you can at a time. I normally render overnight, so I'll just set it up to just do a full render. This is going to take some different map changes, and so I can set it up so it can jump maps as I go, but I don't have it set up that way now because it makes it more frustrating to use this file at that point. I'll just do the unload reload. But I would never do a partial shot. So it don't start a render of this. Say this is a very complicated shot. Don't start it halfway through and then finish the other half later. Do an entire shot at one go. The thing that I find really frustrating with stuff is flexes for the eyes and stuff don't always behave right at the first couple frames, so it takes me a while to do fixed renders where I don't know if I have any shots. Yeah, actually, this will be one of them where it'll render like this, but the eyes themselves are going to they're going to be open a little bit too wide, and they're going to spend a frame or two correcting to its correct focus or location. So and it's usually noticeable. Remembrance has a glaring error in there that I hate because I completely forgot to fix it. But it usually means every one of these shots I go through and I will do grab the two like this, and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that, and then I will render this again and for 8 or 9 frames, and then the 4 or 5 that match up with the other frames I just replace in the original file. So it's a little frustrating for that. Also, sometimes when people blink, the blink itself might not fully close, and it'll leave it won't look right. So I will go through a lot of the times when they're blinking, usually from about this frame, and I will kind of wiggle it here, and I'll you can even see here when I went here now, it's not fully closed, but if I wiggle it around and I come from the other direction, now it's going to be mostly closed. I will go through and wiggle on each of these frames, render them out individually, wait for this screen to render, and then I will go export image, and I will fix out those specific frames as well. So that's why rendering sucks, because it's time consuming, because I'll spend sometimes 2 evenings just fixing stuff that SFM messed up. So hopefully Source 2 is better about it. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's it's the best that it's the only way to fix it with a guarantee. It's nice that you don't have to worry about it and that there is a way to fix it. It's just frustrating fix. So, but whatever, it's fine. But with how many shots are here, it's just going to be slightly annoying. I don't have to worry about it in like a couple of these shots because there's no actual, there's no visible thing to worry about. But yeah. Really looking forward to Source 2. Yes and no. I'm looking forward to Source Filmmaker 2 in that it will bring a lot of functionality that I really wish this engine had. And it will be a huge improvement. The downside, though, is I've built up such a library of things that when I moved over there, I will not have any of those. They don't have, and there will be a tool for converting them, but I have tens of thousands of models. So are they all going to convert correctly? And even if they do, now I have to go through and convert all the ones that I need. So any projects have already started at that point, I'm going to continue to finish on Source 1 because there's no way to bring it over really. And it would just be for brand new ones, and it would be limited in scope because I just wouldn't have a library. My library is big enough right now that I have to disable specific games from loading. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It will completely crash on opening. I think my texture library is that size right now, but my model library, I think it's at like 48,000 or something. And if I loaded all the games that I have downloaded stuff for, and that's why I've separated them into different game folders instead of just dropping it all in user mod. I would have, if I had known better how to organize the stuff to begin with, I would have pre-organized it better and not had, I would have taken all the pony stuff and made a separate folder for all of it so that I could, if I'm working on, say, a Rathlos thing, I can just turn off the pony stuff. And therefore I can keep all that stuff separate and decrease the load when I'm pulling things in, because a lot of the pony stuff has a lot of extra details and stuff on it. Gotta go to work. Cheers for the good stream. Thank you, Boris. I'm ending here anyway, so because it is 9 and I only go to 9. So on that though, we are going to be streaming on Sunday. We started Valheim last Sunday, but Michael was one of the people we started with, and since he is gone this weekend, we're probably going to be doing Sea of Thieves instead. So for this Sunday. So we were all looking forward to go on sale, and then it actually went on sale right now. So some of us already had it and the rest of us picked it up. So yeah, with that though, I guess I'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming out and supporting and watching me make stupid stuff, and hope you learned something if you're looking to learn something. Oh my God, I got so much crap open. Okay, now we're good. And I'll see you later. Let me get you Swashbuckling Treasure Hunting time. Yeah, we thought we're always looking for games that are multiplayer, but where we aren't already knowing the min-max meta, and where things are chaotic, to where things can go wrong quite often, because when things go wrong are when it's fun. If everything's going right, it's kind of like, okay. So where's Kitty? There's Kitty. So yeah, I'll have some more news hopefully next week on how podcast stuff is going. Hopefully I'm hoping to have our first recording with the better setup done in 2 weeks, and then see what we're going to do for schedule going there forward. So, yeah, I'll see you guys. We got actually, we got 5 followers this time. Wow, nice. Well, thank you guys so much. Michael song. It's glorious. It's Kitty. I've been thinking about I want to change that going forward, but I can't. It's too Kitty. Bye-bye.